Hello and welcome to the Acre Ranch. I just wanted to insert this quick motion sickness warning on this video. Unfortunately, in some of my videos, I move my camera a bit quickly, so you may need to squint or open one eye at a time just to view it so you don't get motion sickness. Anyway, in spite of all that, I hope you really enjoy the video. Hello and welcome to the Acre Ranch, where the birds love to sing and it's always green. So one thing I do like to mention is in this area of the country, around the third week of July, all those singing birds become buzzing bugs. Right now I'm mainly hearing just bugs and not many birds. I'm hearing a dog bark too, but anyway, what we're going to do is give an update on the garden. It's August 9th, 2025, so I'm going to switch around over here. We're going to swap the view, and we're going to look and see what's going on. So you know that all those crazy squash plants I had, so we end up having 6 squash total. You can see there's still 2 left. I'm going to go ahead and harvest them because, you know, I mean, like, part of me is afraid, like, what if they're not ripe all the way? But the skin is really thick, and I think that they're fine. I think they started growing in early May, and then that will pull out. Now, here's something funny, though. I've got this other vine here, and I think that's a zucchini. It doesn't look very happy, though. I don't know if it's going to make it. I've got another one here, so we'll see. We're just going to let this one grow. Again, this is our bonus area. Whatever happens, happens. And then we're going to come over here. We're going to look at the tomatoes. So you can see we've harvested quite a few here. I can see a red one in there. I don't know if it's ready yet. There's one back there. It's kind of hard to see. There it is. You can see it. Look at that. Looks like there's a couple of them. I might need to harvest those. We'll see. I'm trying to leave them on the vine as long as I can without letting them get overripe. And then this is a cool thing. I love the little yellow pear tomatoes. So what we're going to do is this is going to get harvested. Wait. No, that one's still a little green, maybe. Let's see. I think this one's okay. Let's see. Well, if it isn't okay, look at that. Look at that. Whoop. Look at that. Look at that. I'm going to eat it. All right. No. I'm just going to keep walking. We'll just have maybe a musical interlude. Anyway, say hello to the pawpaw trees. Now, we go over there. We can see our sweet potatoes are going bananas. I may have mentioned this in other videos, don't remember, but sweet potato leaves are edible, so I will trim them off. They need to be trimmed, so when my husband mows, it's not like bumping into all the sweet potato leaves that are overrunning. These will be pulled probably early September. They usually take, I've got to check this, these are Georgia Reds. I planned them right on the very end of May, so early September. It's usually about 100 days, depending on the type of sweet potatoes. And you can see the Japanese beetles, all those bug bite holes. Look at that. Right here, see? All the bug bite holes. All right, anyway, I'm still chewing on the tomato. All right, now, I don't know if you remember these pitiful squash. They finally said, oh, hey, let's just go ahead and grow. So what we've got here is we've got the cushaw. I planted 2 cushahs and 2 lakotas. So looky, I actually have a cushaw squash growing, and then I've got another one over here. I find it. Sometimes it's hard to find, like when they're younger and they're smaller and there's so many leaves. There it is, here we go. Look at that one. Now, I'm going to walk around this way. So I'm going to show you something interesting in this one. Now, this bed was our beans, and the green beans are just doing awful. And then I've got the, over here you can see, I'm going to come back to this plant, but over here you can see that the aliens have landed right here. I mean, oh, not the aliens have landed. I mean, the tepary beans. I'm just joking. I had just someone give me some seeds, so I've never heard tepary. I think I'm pronouncing it right, T-E-P-A-R-Y. So these tepary beans, they look like aliens that have landed. But yeah, those are growing fine. I do have some black beans. I got to share this with you. I was thinking that both these types of beans, I've never grown them, that they would just like vine up like green beans. I'm like, what do I do with these things? And so I ended up tying up the black beans because they were all kind of falling down. They were growing out away from the, whatchamacallit, the trellis. That's what that thing's called, right? Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to, hopefully that's right. By the way, I call myself a beginning to intermediate gardener, so if anybody watching it feels like, what is she doing it that way for? That's because I still am learning things, but that's okay. Now, this is the thing that one day I came out, I think about a month ago, going, what in the world? I've got some sort of a squash plant growing in my garden here, and I did not plant any squash. So you can see here, I think this is the biggest one so far. This one right here, growing in this awkward spot, resting against the wood of the raised bed. I've had several grow and then just die. That's very common for me to have that happen with squash plants. They'll start growing and then they'll get to the size of a really large marble and they'll die. This is the biggest one so far, so we'll see if it ends up growing. I had to try to train it, you know, through the edge of the trellis here. See if we can see that down there. All right, and I've got little ones here. There are more here, and I probably need to trim some. Where's that? I'm trying to show that one. Where is it? Okay, yeah, right here. Sorry. This one, this guy. So we'll see. And then I got a whole bunch of little ones over here. All right, so we're going to see these guys? Look at the itty bitty. We'll see if they grow. So I think that's it for right now as far as the update. And we got some more aliens over on this side. The aliens on this side are doing really well because that's the direction of the sun. I think they enjoy that. But I think that's the update for now. So I'm going to just now, and thanks for joining us at the Acre Ranch. We'll see you next time.